Hey y'all, I'm Trogdor Sanders, and today we're watching Emperor Uriel Septim throw hands with a Minotaur. And that's not a joke. So I was playing around with console commands in Oblivion, and I had a dumb idea. What if the Emperor fought a mud crab? As you can see, that didn't go anywhere. They just stood back to back and stared into the distance. I tried pushing them together by aggressively ramming my body into them, but that didn't work either. So I thought, let's escalate things. Let's spawn a Minotaur. And seconds later, the Emperor and the Minotaur were going at it. Please excuse the shifty camera work. I got excited and I could not stop moving. I was honestly expecting the Emperor to be demolished by the Minotaur, but they were actually pretty evenly matched. And that was with the little mud crab helping the Minotaur. That's when I realized I need to see what happens in a true one-on-one death match. So I took to the skies to find a better battleground. I remembered some dialogue about Kvatch having the only other arena in Cyrodiil, so I thought let's go check that out. Flew over the wall, didn't use the front door because I am impatient and I was having a lot of fun flying. But I found the arena area or some like ghost form of it. I didn't load into the city, so the arena was just this hilly, grassy liminal space. It wasn't sparking joy, so I flew around more of the Ghost Kvatch and found the castle courtyard, which was just a flat, grassy liminal space. I spawned both of them, and once I finally got the Minotaur to look at the Emperor, they just stood there staring at each other. So I tried pushing them together. Eventually, they were hitting each other a little bit, but then Uriel got stuck swinging his sword into the void. I flew over the Kvatch walls and just landed on the area outside. Not as cool of a battleground, but it was clean, it was remote, no NPCs, no mud crabs, it would be harder for them to get away, and more importantly, they could actually move around. So, you're ready to fight. Here's their first real one-on-one. Please excuse the shifty camera work. I was really excited again and could not stop moving. I promise it gets better. I kept my UI on for most of it because I wanted to see their health bars, and you can kind of see a couple times, like they're right next to each other. They are so close in health. And there we go. Minotaur won the first fight, which was a little expected. I was planning to do 3 fights, best out of 3 sort of thing. But then the Emperor got back up and killed the Minotaur in one hit, which is crazy to me. That's wild. I did not think they would be this evenly matched. And because they're so evenly matched, I just wanted to keep watching them fight. Every fight was really a toss up, every single fight. So best out of 3 turned into 5, and then 7, and then 10, 15, 20, and 30. I could go through all 30 fights and analyze the fighting style and technique for both the Emperor and the Minotaur. And honestly, I might do that. Let me know in the comments if you think I should. But instead, I landed on just showing y'all a few of my favorite fights on the road to 30. So the next fight y'all have to see is fight number 3 when the Emperor won for the first time. I am fascinated with the details of what's going on here. Their movement is really interesting to me. The Emperor does a lot of side to side movement in a circular shape around the Minotaur's position, usually after he attacks, but not always. He does a side leap attack, which I'm sure y'all will see at some point, where he sort of hops to one side while he strikes. He also does this sword twirl that I'm kind of obsessed with. Y'all will see it throughout these fights. He does it basically every fight. You got to watch for it a little bit, but it's worth looking for. It's kind of cool. Did not think the Emperor would have moves like that. The Minotaur tends to stand in one position with smaller movements to follow Uriel. There's an attack the Minotaur does where he steps backwards while he strikes with his left arm. He tends to do this when Uriel is close to him or he just hit him. I've also seen the Minotaur step back before doing his headbutt ability, which I'll talk more about in the next fight we watch. And at the end here, we'll see an unusual thing that Uriel does for about 50% of the fights he wins. So yeah, about every other win he would just stare down at the Minotaur indefinitely. I'm not sure why this behavior was given to him, especially in the context of his very short-lived role in the game, but it does make for some really dramatic moments. Another one of my favorite fights is fight number 11. For this fight, I used the toggle debug camera console command, which activates a free moving camera that's great for taking screenshots. And it adjusts the shading, which is why this footage looks darker and more cinematic. I like this beginning where we get to see the Minotaur spot Uriel and charge after him. For every single fight, the Minotaur is always the one who initiates. Uriel will just stand there, looking into the distance, doing nothing until he's attacked. Here, the Minotaur starts with one variant of his headbutt ability that includes an orange and red animation, which is the Disintegrate Armor spell according to the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages, or the UESP. Some fights he did this variant of the headbutt ability multiple times, like this one, and some he didn't do it at all. I really like this top-down view of the fight because you can see movement more clearly, and it also highlights how far the Emperor is pushed back by some of the Minotaur's attacks. Y'all may have also noticed there's something happening that causes a white glowing light to surround the Minotaur. I think it's an offensive spell from Uriel, but I don't know what it is. If y'all know what it is, or if you have an idea, I'd love to know your thoughts. I did some digging online for information about the Emperor's abilities and fighting style, but I can't find anything. The last fight I want to show y'all before the overall Grand Champion is revealed is fight number 20. To me, the most interesting part of this fight is actually what happened after Uriel died. Most of the time when he died, I just reloaded and started the next fight, but sometimes I would let it play out and see what happened in what I dubbed the after fight. I guess the AF. Most AFs would end pretty quickly, but this one, the Emperor died 4 times. That's 4 times after his first death of the fight. So all in all, he died 5 times. And just so y'all know, I did not count AF deaths in the total tally. Only the first death of each fight was counted. He also did something after his second AF death that I only saw twice out of all 30 fights. He cast this spell with a little green animation. I originally thought it might have been like a restoration spell given the green animation, but after studying it a couple times, the spell was definitely cast at the Minotaur. The animation looks like little green leaves that leave his hand. Whatever it was did not help him because he died another 2 times. So, those are my favorite fights on the way to 30. After this fight, after fight 20, they were tied 10 and 10. Rather than just tell y'all who the overall winner was, I put together a little montage of the last 10 fights, ending with the overall Grand Champion.
Yeah.
And with that, the final score, Uriel 16, Minotaur 14. Honestly, way closer than expected. I did not think the Emperor had that in him. That's all for this episode of the Emperor Versus series. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Please like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with this series. I stream on Twitch with this same username, Trogdor Sanders, and I'm going to start streaming on Twitch and YouTube this week. Next time, I'm going to figure out how many mud crabs it takes to kill him. But I would love to know, who do y'all want to see throw hands? Thanks again for watching. I'll see y'all next time.